Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Andrea from Andrea Speaks TV here, and you know I'm back to bring you news and commentary you can use. Listen y'all, I just want to say thank you so much to all of you all for your continued support here on the channel. I appreciate you all so much. Listen, thank you to all of you who joined me on last night's live stream where I talked about the fact that, you know, there was severe weather happening in my area in the south, in the southeastern United States to be exact, here in Georgia. Sorry, y'all, I got a sinus thing going on because of all the pollen, okay? Many of you all probably understand. I got the information out, and, you know, here we are this morning. My family and I, we're safe. Everything is fine in our particular area, but there are some parts of the state where they're still under severe weather watches. There, at the time, I believe there's an unconfirmed tornado that touched down in a part of Metro Atlanta. And so we're praying for all in those affected areas, okay? Listen, when I sat down and looked at the, when I looked at the news this morning, I said, well, my goodness, there's so many different weather events that are not only happening here in America, but also happening all around the world, okay? And I got a report yesterday about this earthquake that happened in Taiwan, okay? So I want to talk about that, get your thoughts on that, and also talk about a few other things that are happening even today, okay? Listen, y'all, in case you are not aware, okay, there's a crisis going on right now in Taiwan. The country of Taiwan, okay, was basically hit by a magnitude 7.2 earthquake, okay? Now, I know there's something called, y'all help me out with the terminology. Is it called the Richter scale, y'all, that measures earthquakes, the strengths of earthquakes? Now, I don't know what the scale goes to, okay? I cannot remember. Maybe you can help me by putting that in the comments. But that seemed like a pretty strong earthquake, okay? Magnitude 7.2 earthquake on Wednesday, okay? So because they're in a different time zone, okay, this happened earlier, okay? They were rocked by a magnitude 7.2 earthquake on Wednesday. And listen to this, y'all, okay? You know, we've been talking about the significance of weather events, and it's been, you know, some of the weather events that we're seeing hasn't happened in years. It's been decades. It's been a long time. Never before seen weather events, right? Listen at what they're saying about the Taiwan earthquake. Not only was Taiwan, according to my sources, not only was Taiwan hit by a magnitude 7.2 earthquake on Wednesday, this earthquake is the strongest to hit the island, they're saying, y'all, in 25 years, okay? I believe 25 years ago puts us at, what, 1999? Okay, y'all help me with the math. So far at the time of this report, okay, they're saying that at least 9 people have lost their lives. 900 others, y'all, have been injured. And it prompted a tsunami warning, okay, for southern Japan and the Philippines, which was later lifted, okay? You may ask, well, what exactly happened in Taiwan? When did all this happen? It hit the coast of Taiwan, they're saying, at about 7:58 a.m., okay? It struck the southwest of Hualien, that's Hualien city, according to the U.S. Geological Survey, okay? There were also reports of at least 58 aftershocks that followed. One of the subsequent earthquakes was of magnitude 6.5, okay? At the time of this report, they're saying that at least 26 buildings had collapsed across Taiwan. They were saying that one building fell. That's according to Taiwan's fire department. The earthquake was also felt in Shanghai, Hangzhou, and Xiamen, according to Chinese media, okay? Now, the tsunami warnings, okay, that were triggered, okay? I'm sorry, let me read this, y'all. It triggered initial tsunami warnings in Taiwan, southern Japan, and the Philippines, okay? Now, in Japan, they're saying at about 9:14 a.m., a tsunami wave of 0.3 meters, or about 1 foot, was detected off the coast of, and I'm going to spell this out, Yonaguni, Yonaguni Island, okay? All warnings were later lifted, okay? Also, so now I'm talking about there was an earthquake that triggered maybe a few other earthquakes that triggered tsunamis, okay? And then here comes something else, y'all. Now, the event, this is all from one earthquake, okay? The event also set off at least 9 landslides, they're saying, okay, on a highway. That's according to Taiwan Central News Agency, which reported that part of the road had collapsed, okay? The exact intensity of the earthquake could not be confirmed. The Japanese Weather Agency put the earthquake's magnitude at 7.7, while Taiwanese authorities put it at 7.2, and then the U.S. Geological Survey reported it at 7.4. Okay, y'all, they're saying, again, that this is the strongest quake to hit Taiwan in 25 years. It really makes you ask the question, what's going on? Why did this occur? And why is it the strongest in 25 years? Okay, a lot of these weather events that we've discussed here on the channel that we've seen happen, whether it be in our own country here in the United States or across the world, many of them have been tied to, or they have had a disclaimer, I guess you could say, that, you know, never before seen in 100 years, first time ever. Like, the significance of the events is very concerning, okay? Taiwan has been in the news. We've certainly seen talks of Taiwan, I believe it's China, and even the U.S. Okay, we're going to maybe cover that a little bit more later on. Taiwan, from my understanding, Taiwan is a large supplier of chips, okay, chip makers. So obviously that's going to be affected as well, okay? And speaking of, listen, here's some information right here. The Taiwanese chip making giant, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSMC, had to evacuate some of its factories, but it later said that staff were returning to work, okay? TSMC is a major semiconductor supplier to leading tech firms, including Apple and NVIDIA, okay? So what could that mean for you and I, consumers? If in fact this company has to shut down or their services are somehow halted or delayed, that could mean a shortage of electronic items, other electrical equipment that uses these chips or semiconductors, okay? It could also lead to not only a shortage, but an increase in prices, okay? So if you're in the market for any of these products, okay, I heard that Apple was mentioned. If you're in the need of any products, maybe within the next few months or sometime in the short term, just anticipate that due to this earthquake, okay, I'm not saying there will be, but there could possibly be some sort of delay, a shortage, okay, and that could lead to higher prices, okay? You all, please let me know your thoughts, okay? Of course, they go on to talk about victims. I've already reported on that. Let's see. Many homes are without power. They're saying more than 87,000 homes are without power. Now, exactly how many people live in this particular country? I thought I saw some information earlier. I thought I read where there were so many millions of people. I don't have that exact number in front of me, and I don't want to quote the wrong number. But I'll just say it's home to millions and millions of people. Okay, if you have the exact figure as you're watching this video, please put it in the chat, okay, or in the comments. So this is what they're saying happened. This is all happening in the country of Taiwan. I'll keep you all updated on that. Also here in the U.S., okay, here in the U.S., more than 275,000 homes and businesses, okay, across parts of West Virginia, Kentucky, Wisconsin, Ohio, Indiana, and Michigan were without power. That was late Tuesday night after a powerful system of thunderstorms, okay, and I reported on that. swept through the Ohio Valley, okay? Forecasts are also showing that the storms will shift toward the East Coast today, where more than 35 million people are still under severe weather threats, according to the Storm Prediction Center, okay? All right, y'all. Excuse me, that's pretty much what I wanted to report on. Please let me know your thoughts, okay? As far as severe weather today happening on the East Coast, here's what they're saying. Isolated severe storms might continue ahead of the cold front, okay? So again, y'all, after all of this is happening, it's supposed to turn cold again, okay? So please make sure that you're making the steps, taking the steps to get prepared so that you and your family will have the things that you need, okay? They're particularly looking at the coastal mid-Atlantic southward along the southeast coast to northern and central Florida, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Norfolk, Virginia, Charleston, South Carolina, Jacksonville, Florida, and Tampa are some of the cities that might see severe weather today. Wind damage and hail are the primary threats, though an isolated tornado can't be ruled out. Flooding from heavy rainfall is possible from the New York tri-state area to the mid-Atlantic, okay? So again, wherever you are, no matter where you're watching from, please be careful, please be safe. Even if you have to go out on the roads for whatever reason, check your local weather alert, okay? I know in the metro Atlanta area, I saw a story where there was a young person who was trapped in their vehicle, I believe. A tree fell on their vehicle, they were trapped, and thankfully, first responders were able to free the individual. And I pray that, you know, that they're well. But, you know, if you have to go out for any reason, okay, check your weather. Make sure you have some things with you in the event that, you know, you would need to be prepared, okay? Thank you all so much for supporting me here on Andrea Speaks TV. I'll be back with more news and commentary you can use. Thank you all.